The following post is a work of fiction created for entertainment within the College Football 26 universe. All characters, events, and storylines, including Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt, Frankie the Horn Calderon, and the UTSA Roadrunners, are fictional and not affiliated with the NCAA, UTSA, or any real institutions. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We took a slight break from a pregame, any kind of blog like that. We did not have a pregame preview for this one. We are going in blind. I wanted to save the surprise for this video. We are finally ranked. The UTSA Roadrunners 8-0 on the season, going to Tampa to take on the USF Bulls, the University of South Florida that plays in Tampa, Florida, which is not in the south of the state at all. That aside, we are excited for this one. The Bulls come in with a 3-1 conference record. If they win, they would hold the tiebreaker over the UTSA Roadrunners and sneak their way into the AAC championship, which is gearing up right now as undefeated and nationally ranked Navy continues their great season. UTSA is looking to take on the Naval Academy in the AAC championship at the end of the season. They can't do that unless they get a win tonight. I know that Frankie the Horn Calderon is excited. I know that the storyline now with this team is, can they handle success? It took a long time for you to be ranked. I think a lot longer than people have waited in the past. I think that people were starting to think that things were getting out of character, things were getting out of hand. Coach Clay Merritt's only there to run up the score. That is not the case. He is trying to send a message. He is trying to prove that no matter who is in front of this team, they are willing to play, whether it is a nationally ranked away game in week one, or if it is an away game, as you are now the nationally ranked opponent going into a conference rival's house, and you have to make them pay. You have to make them break. We are going to send it out now to Tampa, Florida with Frankie the Horn Calderon on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. We will be back with you after the game for some post-game recap. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in here on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel for yet another edition of the Rise of the Roadrunners series. We finally have it, a national ranking next to the UTSA Roadrunners names, fighting their way out of the Alamo City in Texas. They are going due east to take on the University of South Florida Bulls. We are very excited to be kicking off here from Raymond James Stadium. Not the first time that we've been in a place this big, but this is the first time that the UTSA Roadrunners team under Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt is playing in a professional location. Obviously, Raymond James Stadium, the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers during the NFL season. They do love their Bulls out here, and the Bulls are coming into this contest 3-1 in conference play. If they can get a win tonight, they could possibly unseat this undefeated, very talented UT San Antonio squad. High drama, especially at the start. Let's see how things roll here with the Roadrunners and the Bulls as we're getting set for kickoff. 70 degrees our temperature tonight here in Central Florida, and the ball is away. Roadrunners field it at the right hash mark along the 1 yard line. A little bit of traffic, but he makes a nice cut to the middle, and he's able to get out to the 24 yard line, setting up the offense with about 76 yards ahead of them. This will be our first look at this UTSA offense, led by junior quarterback Owen McCown and 6th-year senior running back Robert Henry Jr., who has the ball now along the left side on the nice handoff from the shotgun. First down and 10 on the first play of scrimmage. McCown and Henry have been absolute scoring machines when it comes to football games this season. As that handoff to the left side, not nearly the amount of success. That one only good for about a gain of 2 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down and 8. Outside of the backfield, receivers like DeCorian Clark, Devin McEwen, David Amador II back from his injury. And speaking of David Amador, he gets the nice in-cutting route there. Good enough yardage for a first down and into USF territory for the first time tonight. If you joined us last week in San Antonio, inside the Alamo Dome, you know that this UT San Antonio team was out to send a message. Let's see if they have that same kind of fire in them tonight, trying to keep an upstart program out of the conference championship. And Henry breaks into the open field. Nice cut to the left side. And he will find his way into the end zone. First score of the night, touchdown, Roadrunners. He made one-man miss at the line of scrimmage, made a safety miss in the open field. All of the talk about whether or not that 24 next to their name is going to cause this team to come out with any lack of focus. If Coach Clay Merritt was going to have the ability, the aura to keep this team focused. Amazing drive from the offense to kick this one off. Chambers giving the ball back to the Bulls. Kicks it to about the 5-yard line. A couple dance moves here. Works the return out to the 20. And now we will see the dynamic duo. Byram Brown, number 17, all-conference caliber quarterback. Dual threat, so the Roadrunners defensive line, the Southwest Sac Exchange, is going to have to be very disciplined. And we're going to have big games out of linebackers Shad Banks Jr. and Kendrick Blackshire. Oh my goodness! Vic Shaw with a welcome to the game moment. Unfortunate on the other side of the play as Johnny Bones III goes down with injury, but Vic Shaw had a huge game last week with 3 sacks on his own, a couple tackles for loss. He kicks things off with the first defensive play this week on a loss of 3, his first TFL of the game. Heavy set still in there for the Bulls, and Vic Shaw, once again, the 6'2" linebacker, this time blitzing from space. That is his 10th sack of the year, and that will be the first sack of the day for the Southwest Sac Exchange. Out of the heavy set now for the Bulls. UTSA showing like they're going to bring pressure. The defensive backs drop out. Quarterback rolling, still looking at the goal line. Made a couple of defenders miss, just launches it up there. And we're going to get an interception, first turnover of the day. And it goes to the UTSA defense. Roadrunners have been absolutely impossible to score on. Haven't necessarily had the turnover success, especially in the passing game that time. Cornerback Sirius Juma able to make the big play in the secondary. Here comes the UTSA offense. Play fake here from McCown. He's going to throw for the first time today. Going deep inside the end zone. David Amador II finds the hole in the zone coverage, and he just falls down past the goal line. UTSA touchdown. Touchdown, Roadrunners. McCown's first pass of the day goes for 6. Chambers adds the extra 1. Very quickly into this game, in front of a hostile crowd, the UTSA Roadrunners have grabbed a 14-0 stranglehold with still 3:23 left to go in the first quarter. Return setting up along the right sideline. Big hit. Tyan Milton on the kickoff coverage. That is going to set the Bulls up inside their own 15 at the 14-yard line. Shotgun formation here from the right hash mark. RPO, screen play, goes to the tight end, makes one missed tackle. But the Roadrunners do a good job in pursuit, and now we're going to get a hurry-up offense look here from the Bulls. Spread formation, running back set up to the left side. He's going to get the handoff, trying to find the edge. Vic Shaw, once again making his presence felt, and he sets up big number 97, K. Roberts Day, for his first tackle for loss after closing off the edge on the outside sweep play. Quarterback trying to make some adjustments here. USF under pressure, and we're going to get the second sack of the day. Cornerback blitz was able to get home. Cyrus Duma with another huge play. Never saw the cornerback blitz coming, and we have yet another punting situation. First punting situation of the day because the defense got a turnover on the opening drive. Makai Anderson from just past midfield. He will get back inside Bulls territory down at the 41-yard line. Crowd still trying to stay in it here, but there is a good amount of orange and blue littering the stands, especially the lower third of the stadium here in USF territory. Robert Henry Jr. into the open field once again, picks up a block. Nobody in front of him. He's going to cross the goal line. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Robert Henry Jr. Second touchdown of the game. Second touchdown in the first quarter. That UTSA offensive line opened up a hole probably wide enough for myself all the way up here from the radio booth, able to score on that one. That left side of the offensive line is working. All-American hopeful center Ben Rios doing a great job leading his guys in front of Henry Jr. and McCown. 21-0 the score, still in the first quarter, as the ball gets set to sail through the sky here at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now they're dancing, trying to find open space, but UTSA showing a lot of physicality, able to get the running stopped at about the 19-yard line. USF once again from inside their own 20. Cross pattern, just trying to get a little bit of momentum and a little rhythm. We'll get another hurry-up look here. That crossing route good for a gain of 4. And now we have a read option play. Nice read from the edge that time. Brandon Tucker in the backfield, not fooled at all by the play fake. That read option goes nowhere, and we have a 3rd down and long situation. USF with 2 running backs and a tight end in the backfield. Shotgun formation, quarterback looking to throw, losing time, makes Cameron Blaylock miss, and now Blackshire from his linebacker position breaks his coverage responsibility, but he's able to make up for it with that speed. That is another sack. That, I think, brings the total up to 3 in this first quarter. Kendrick Blackshire, linebacker, member of the Southwest Sack Exchange, sets up a second punt from this Bulls offense. Anderson will field this one at his own 35. Akai Anderson, a very dangerous punt returner, already a few returns for the touchdown. That one gets back to the midfield stripe. So from inside the Bullhorns here at Raymond James, McCown once again sets up in the shotgun, looking to throw deep, overshoots his tight end, number 88, Houston Thomas, the intended target. That is the first misfire from Owen McCown, as you see a quarterback comparison there. Byram of USF and McCown, both 2 for 3 on the day, but McCown with about 43 more yards and a touchdown on his days. Now he's going to set up to scramble. A lot of open space in front of him. Lefty not known for his athletic ability, but he finds quite a big opening, and he will move the chains himself, as USF is trying to play a lot more coverage here and not get burned by the receiving core once again. Empty set now from the shotgun formation. McCown throwing. Henry Jr. on the crossing pattern from his slot position. That was a nice play there. Running back showing good ability out of the backfield. That's going to be a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1 inside the final minute of this opening frame. McCune gets the pass on the quick RPO game, and he's going to fight his way all the way down to the 1-yard line. Nearly thought he broke the plane there. It's going to come up just short, but it still goes down as a gain of 21. That is a RPO play that we've seen this UTSA offense have a lot of success with. McEwen himself has probably about 4 touchdowns on the season just on that play alone. 1st and goal from inside the 1. Henry Jr. trying to make it 3, and he will do just that, saluting the crowd in front of him. Touchdown, Roadrunners. This team is not lacking any type of motivation, being ranked number 24 in the country, trying to send yet another message to the national audience that this is a team that if you give them a chance, you're probably not hosting a playoff game, but if you give them a chance in the playoffs, anything can happen. They've already won a huge road game in the SEC territory, week 1 of the season. Kickoff return, 1 tackle missed on the play, and that will allow the returner to make it out to the 15-yard line for the fresh set of downs. Byram, number 17, 66% passing, but he's been under heavy pressure all day, and that running game for the USF is just not going anywhere with this defensive line. Cameron Blaylock, who we talk about a lot in the passing game, showing the ability to stop the run as well. We're going to get an empty set for Byram all alone in the backfield. UTSA rushes 4, and they're going to get home. Cameron Blaylock. We had Vic Shaw take over the first defensive series, and now Cameron Blaylock on back-to-back plays gets his own tackle for loss, and he will add his name to the sack total, which is now up to 5. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
And unless something drastic is changing here, I think we're going to be in for an absolute showcase of what this Roadrunners team is capable of. Already 116 yards on the ground, 73 through the air. Just about 2 minutes of possession time because they've been set up with such short fields, from the turnovers to the punt returns. Awesome special teams play from this UTSA team once again. And USF came in with a lot of confidence, came in as the home team. An underdog at home normally puts a chip on your shoulder, as Byram making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage for this 3rd down and 18. He will find his tight end short, and that's going to make his completion numbers look better, but he is still sitting at 13 yards total passing on the day, obviously with 1 interception. 3rd punt of the day, 3rd opportunity for a return from Anderson. He finds a nice crease, gets north and south, and he will cross midfield and get past the opposing 40-yard line. As we get a quick look here at the projected bracket, if the season were to end today, Texas Tech would be hosting the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners in the first round of the playoffs. Obviously, the winner goes on to play one of the 4 teams that secure themselves a bye. The top 4 teams ranked at the end of the season will get byes to the 2nd round, and those will be played at neutral site games. If UTSA are to make the playoffs in this scenario, they would be traveling to Lubbock to take on the Red Raiders. DeCorian Clark with a nice shifty move in open space. His first catch of the day goes for 17. And this Roadrunners offense continues their long, methodical march from the 39-yard line. McCown on the read option. Once again finds a big hole, and he's going to continue to put up an impressive day running the football. That is a gain of 15 yards, and that's going to bring his total on the day up to 34 yards. Now we're going to get a handoff. Henry to the left side, breaks the tackle while he crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Number 20 is the heartbeat of this team. He makes people around him play better. He inspires confidence from his teammates. Henry Jr. adds another 6. And Chambers with the extra 1. 5 first-half touchdowns for the 3rd time this season. UTSA playing an absolutely perfect follow-up to what we saw last week at home. Securely on their way to a 9-0 record. Another move up in the rankings. We will see how the group of 5 continues to shake out. Obviously, most analysts and experts would only expect 1 team, not from the ACC, Big 12, Big 10, or SEC. It's possible that multiple teams can qualify. As now Byram under pressure again. He gets away from a sack and finds an open receiver for a gain of 5. That is Norton out of the backfield. His running back able to secure the late reception. Now Norton on the handoff to the right side. He's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. K.N. Roberts-Day with his 2nd tackle for loss. The depth of this Roadrunners defense is unmatched against most of these offenses they play here in the American Conference. Byram trying to throw once again, and K.N. Roberts-Day continues the theme of this evening's performance. It was Vic Shaw initially. It was Cameron Blaylock on the previous series. And now, number 97, K.N. Roberts-Day, ties his running mate, Cameron Blaylock, with his 12th sack of the season. And just like that, UTSA is about to get set up on offense to put up a possible 40 spot in this first half. Anderson from his own 42 finds a nice lane working towards the USF sideline, finishes the play falling forward, and that will bring the ball out to the 33 for McCown, Houston Thomas, Robert Henry Jr., David Amador II, and DeCorian Clark. Roadrunners offensive line continuing to punish this defensive front of the USF Bulls. Henry, 121 yards in this first half. That was a gain of 17 on that last play. McCown trying to make a couple adjustments, hard count. Pass going to Henry Jr. out of the backfield. We are going to have an injury on the UTSA offensive line, but that pass complete. And the dynamic duo of UTSA's backfield continues to move the ball forward. That is Henry's second catch of the night. His yardage total from scrimmage, 140 plus on the day, is now that's going to add 5 more and another 6. This is 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Touchdown, Roadrunners. The size advantage between the offensive line of the Roadrunners and the defensive line of the Bulls sits at about 25 average extra pounds. You have a running back that is seeing the field of vision so well. 4th time adding 6 for number 20. Chambers adds the extra 1, and we are sitting with a 42-0 lead with plenty of time still to force another stop and possibly make this thing an absolute laugher by the second half kickoff. Kickoff coverage once again solid. This time knocking them all the way back to the 12-yard line. And I don't think many people are going to be pumped up here. It has gone absolutely silent. It wasn't very loud to begin with. Norton gets the handoff. Heavy set in the backfield for the Bulls once again. They're trying to keep their offensive identity, but it's still not quite the success that they were looking for. That's going to be a gain of 6 and 2nd down and 4 on what looks to be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Tight end goes in motion out of the backfield. Byram going to throw. Looks that way. Open receiver and a broken tackle in space. Secondary able to catch up in pursuit and get the stop right in front of Coach Clay Merritt on the sidelines there. USF with their first down of the game coming at the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. Let's see how USF responds. Bringing some pressure off the edge once again. Big number 31, Vic Shaw, with his 2nd sack of the day. We have a UTSA Roadrunner down on the field. That is going to cost this team a timeout. Brandon Tucker looks to have injured his ribs on that previous play. Three running backs set up in the backfield. This one handoff to the backup. Nice little move. Able to find about 6 yards on the play. That is the most successful run of the day for this USF offense. Hurry up formation for Byram. Deep down the sideline. Oh, what a grab. Thought the contact would dislodge that one. Byram Brown, number 17 for USF. Still only 1 misfire on the day. A lone incompletion also in the form of an interception. RPO play goes to the receiver. USF doing what they need to do to try and put something up on the board. They are now within field goal range of very skilled and accomplished college kickers. 2nd down and 6. Byram Brown on the 2nd down scramble. He slides down, and that's actually going to cost him a few yards. Look to have 1st down gain, but they're going to move it back, and now we'll have a 3rd and inches as the USF offensive lineman goes down. Byram and USF finding the most success on this drive so far tonight. Handoff up the middle, stuffed in the backfield, number 93, Cameron Blaylock. His 2nd solo tackle, 3rd tackle for loss, and now we are going to get a 43-yard field goal attempt. It is up and good. USF not held off the scoreboard at home. With 33 seconds left to go in the first half, the score now sits the Roadrunners 42, the USF Bulls 3. Second time we're seeing kickoff return here from the Roadrunners. Probably going to be the last if things hold out the way that they've been going. Mekhi Anderson, nice 30-yard gain on that one. Goes from about the 1-yard line to the 28. And now McEwen looking for McCown to go to him in this 2-minute drill. The lefty quarterback fires, finds Houston Thomas. Nice out pattern there. That's going to be the 2nd timeout used for the Roadrunners, but now we have 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line of USF, so into Bulls territory. Amador II out of the game with an injury. Martin in the slot position. That's where the ball goes here. McCown finds him along the sidelines. That is a smart play from the junior quarterback, letting his receiver run out of bounds after gaining as many yards as he could. Not quite enough for a first down. 18 seconds left here. 2nd and inches. Shotgun pass. That one doinks off the back of a linebacker's head. McCown hasn't been perfect this season. We've seen him put the ball in jeopardy. That one an incompletion. That's only his 2nd one of the day so far. 3rd down and inches. First 3rd down faced by UTSA. McCown going to find an opening here. Juke move into space. They're going to have to call a timeout, but they continue to move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. You're within field goal range for Chambers, but you know Clay Merritt wants to be aggressive and see what his team can do. 8 seconds to work with. You got to go to the end zone. Incomplete pass or nothing. That's going to be caught on the post pattern. UTSA is going to have to sprint up to the line of scrimmage. McCoy makes the nice grab, leaving his feet there. Now the Roadrunners trying to get on the ball. McCown, 2 seconds, 1 second. He gets the snap away. Trying to throw. Nobody's open. He's going to pull it down himself. Crosses the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. The best teams improve as the year goes on. We've seen UTSA be in 2-minute situations before with much more time than they had just now. 6 plays, 71 yards in 29 seconds to cap off what has been an immaculate first half. Pushing your score 49-3 behind a monster performance from your tailback. Robert Henry Jr., number 20, 9 rushing attempts so far, 14.2 yards per carry, 128 yards in the first half from the ground, already sitting at 4 touchdowns. And we know Clay Merritt likes to play his guys until the end of the 3rd quarter. Don't want anybody to get rusty. You know that you're better than these conference teams. As we see one of the lone highlights from USF here on the screen. Byron Brown deep down the opposing sideline. Wasn't the most beautiful pass in the world, but is a great catch in traffic. And now Chambers getting set to start the second half here in Tampa. The Bulls from their own goal line. They will get the return out to the 21. And it looks like we're going to get a wholesale personnel change for USF, just trying to keep everybody fresh and healthy. They don't want to get anybody in a bad spot here. So we'll get the name of the backup quarterback in just a moment. That one not going anywhere. Ty Leonard, number 99 from his edge position. First tackle on the day for him, as now we see Brandon Tucker check back into the game for this nickel situation. Spread formation from the Bulls. Pass caught on the right-hand side. This is Lachlan Hewitt, freshman quarterback, in a tough situation, but you can also see it as a pressure-free situation to try and show this coaching staff what you are able to do following this season. Handoff play. And the USF Bulls blocked that pretty well at the first initial point of contact, but the UTSA defense is known for their pursuit. And they're able to make up for the initial missed tackle, brings him down short of the line to gain, and we will have another punt here from USF. Anderson trying to make it past midfield. He stopped just short. Brandon Tucker, who checked back into the game on that most recent series, is going back out with what looks like the same rib injury. And now let's see what this offense is capable of doing here. We saw the immaculate 2-minute drill last time they had the football. Henry Jr. breaks another tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he is just racking up yardage and yardage after contact. That is nearly 150 yards rushing, and that is his only first carry in the second half. We had to shout it from the rooftops that the Roadrunners deserve to be ranked, and it still took 2 months into this college football season. McCown on the read option play. He's going to get stuffed by B.J. Harris, but B.J. Harris, number 11 for USF, is going to be down with an injury, and he's holding his shoulder, so it looks like he bore the brunt of that contact. We've gotten the team ranked now. It's time to start talking about some of these playmakers, as that one goes a little bit wide. intended for Houston Thomas. This will bring up the second third down attempt for this offense on the day. McCown has been very good, very sharp. Only 3 incompletions. That one goes to his tight end, Houston Thomas, but it is not going to be enough for a first down, so that is going to be the first time we have not seen this UTSA squad end the series in the end zone. First series of the second half has been a struggle, and now Chambers puts everything he has behind this one, but it is not good enough. That thick humidity sitting there in the night sky down here in Central Florida probably held that one up a little bit. Chambers struggled so far on the season, doesn't have the greatest kicking percentage when it comes from the field. He is a punter by trade. He is in the field goal kicking situation because he has a stronger leg, but it is still not necessarily something that you can rely on. College kickers are tough to rely on anyways because they don't get asked to do much until it's very big and important situations. Back to the freshman quarterback, Lachlan Hewitt, as he goes on the read option here and rudely greeted to the game by big number 93, Cameron Blaylock. It's a running play, so it's not going to go down as a sack, but it basically does the same thing. 3rd down and 13 incoming for this struggling, anemic offense, who is now going up against what is statistically the best defensive unit in the country as a squad full of backups. Hewitt makes some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Snap goes to him in the shotgun. This time it's Kay and Roberts' day not to be outdone. And we will see yet another 4th down in this situation.
Number 37, on to punt it away.
Punt in the air, and it's going to be landing with Mekhi Anderson at about the 35-yard line of the Roadrunners. He'll fight his way up the hash mark there and get to his own 47-yard line for his offense to come back out on the field, having tasted defeat for the first time all game. Now McCown, not liking what he's seeing, he's going to roll out to his right. Finds enough space to get the first down yardage and get out of bounds before anybody's able to touch him. His 6th rush of the day for a total of 64 yards. That last second rushing touchdown at the end of the first half still fresh in our minds as Thomas is going in motion here to the left side. Handoff, Henry Jr. Inside zone play goes for another gain of 11 yards on his 11th carry with 5 touchdowns on the game. That brings his total of yardage to 159. Screen pass now goes to McCoy. McCoy fights his way forward past the first down yardage. Once again, this offense seems to be back in its rhythm. Moving towards the goal line, seeing if they can add yet another touchdown before they are pulled at the end of this one. Pistol formation, handoff, Henry, halfback dive. One more time. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Robert Henry Jr. is an animal. Not in the top 5 of Heisman candidates. We will not be seeing this very talented gentleman, leader of men in New York, and it is probably the biggest crime that I can think of in the entire sport of college football, that Robert Henry Jr. has not had more love shown to him, because he is now closing in on 40 total touchdowns on the season between receiving and rushing. 6 on the day in this one, as we're going to see the backups come in for the UT San Antonio Roadrunners, so we might get a little bit better of a look at this freshman quarterback from USF, Lachlan Hewitt. Trying to get his guys ready. He's going to leave this one with his halfback. Johnny Bowens III, coming back from his injury on that first series, able to get the stop in the backfield. That's going to bring up a loss of 3 and 2nd down and 13. Tried to change it up and go with the power read play. Lachlan Hewitt ran down by number 17, Shad Banks Jr., who's playing down on the line of scrimmage on that last play. Empty set here for the Bulls. UTSA in man coverage. Hewitt Snuck back into his end zone, and Owen Pee-wee, number 13, with his first sack of the season. And it's going to put 2 extra points on the board for the Roadrunners. Here we go. Now we're seeing the backups. That was the last series of the starters here in the third quarter. 14 seconds remaining on the clock, and we are now seeing the signal. Coach Merritt sending out his 2s. We get another look at that Pee-wee sack. Great swim move off the edge. Tackle never stood a chance. When you have a mixture of speed and power at this level, you are nearly untouchable. Free kick following the safety. Oh, almost found a crease. He's able to make a big return out past the 50-yard line. And that is where this backup UTSA offense will start from. Trips formation out to the right, single receiver left side. Trying to start things off with a comeback pattern here. Jarvis Lee, number 0, going to break that one up with his contact. 2nd down and 10 now for this UTSA squad. Emery Jr., number 27, coming off of a huge weekend 2 weeks ago in an injury relief effort. We're going to get a nice play here over the middle. Number 80, Dan Dishman, on a post pattern. Play action works. He's going to be coming up with an injury. It looks like he's favoring his right ankle, and that will stop the clock with 1 second left to play in the third quarter. Quads formation to the right. Rhett hands off to Emery Jr. this time. John Emery Jr., open field, finds the goal line. Add him 6. Touchdown, Roadrunners. First carry. 3 weeks in a row with touchdowns for John Emery Jr. 2 weeks ago, it was as a running back in relief for Robert Henry Jr. Last week, it was a scoop and score on a kickoff return. Chambers adds the extra 1. We are sitting here with a 65-3 margin of distance between these two squads. We get a nice look there at the top 25. Navy obviously going to be circled in orange and blue ink. If these two teams can continue their Cinderella seasons, we might have a battle of undefeated Group of 5 teams in this American Conference Championship. The United States Naval Academy continues to look strong as we move forward here. Interested to see what they do today. Is that one. UTSA hits, man. I don't know what else to say. Makai Anderson, normally the one returning kicks, knows how that feels, and he absolutely blasted the returner at about the 12-yard line. Hewitt, handoff left side here, going on the sweep play. Kendrick Blackshire at the defensive end position in that last formation gets his 2nd tackle for loss. His speed off of the edge is something to behold. Handoff play once again, and we got a fumble this time. The USF Bulls are going to fall on it. That was number 22, Sam Franklin, on the carry, and he got blasted by the junior defensive end, Bob Toon. Doesn't get to play much, but those are the guys that you know are going to make the most of their opportunities when they come. Empty set here for the Bulls. 4-man rush from UTSA. Lachlan Hewitt still sitting in the end zone. He's going to be sacked and fumbles the football, falled on by his offensive lineman, but Kayan Roberts-Day is going to make this back-to-back safeties for the UTSA defense. I'm just hard-pressed to find any team that's looking forward to playing UTSA right now. They hit you, they score, they know where they're fast, they know where their athletes are. Coach Clay Merritt has these guys believing in their own hype, which at this point, I don't know if you can continue to call it hype. They're about to look at a 9-0 record for the 2nd time in program history at the Division I college level. Screen pass going to the right side. Ooh, nice juke move in then out. 3 broken tackles on the screen pass there. Great play from Smith. And the crowd is letting him know that it was a great play. When you're on the road and you're getting booed by the few opposing fans that are still sticking around, that's likely to happen. Jamie Rhett, the freshman quarterback, with a big completion on that last one. Emery Jr. not able to find the same space. That's only going to be a gain of 5 for his 2nd carry. This running game has been absolutely dominant. 8 touchdowns rushing in this one. RPO game goes to Emery Jr., and he will get it past the first down yardage. Gain of about 8 or 9. Me and the PA announcer don't necessarily always have to agree, as now Rhett is going to keep this one on the read option. USF read that one pretty well. That is Rhett's first carry of the day, and that is going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. Lots of USF fans have already headed for the exits, a few of them trying to stick through, seeing if their offense can put one in the end zone at all today. Emery Jr., open field. Nobody's going to get him. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Nothing else you can say. 70 points. With the extra one, make it 71 points. 74-3. At a certain point, you have to just do your job and stop the offense. It doesn't matter if it's a run. It's actually more dangerous for the Roadrunners tonight to run. It doesn't matter if it's a pass. 297 yards passing, 252 on the ground total today. USF is going to be staring at probably under triple digits yardage-wise for the first time all season. That carry goes for a gain of 7. USF also had success towards the end of the first half, so let's see if they make it the end of the game and the end of the half in this one. Oh! That is big number 98, Jamie Buxton, absolutely wiping out Franklin, the running back. Good to see him back in the game after being injured on the previous series, but that one, I think he'd probably be wishing that he was still on the sideline. Got a goal line set here from USF. It's going to be a play-action fake. Lachlan Hewitt looking to throw. He's going to be sacked and loses the football. Kendrick Blackshire, he's going to tie Vic Shaw for biggest sack total on the day. That is his 3rd. And that just about deflates any inkling of fight or pride, whatever you want to say USF was trying to show in this final 2 minutes. Now you're just hoping your defense can try and hold this offense from scoring within the next 60 seconds. Punt return goes out across the 50 once again. Rodney Hill making the stop on the punt coverage. Now let's see what Jamie Rhett, John Emery Jr. and this UTSA offense can do. Running play going straight up the middle here. Defensive line able to shed their block. Still a gain of 6. As we see the running back comparison between Emery Jr., who again only played from the fourth quarter on. Already twice the amount of yards as USF's starting halfback. Jamie Rhett on the quarterback keeper. He's going to get another first down for this UTSA offense. That's all he was looking to do, is that is going to salt this one away. I think they'll snap it one more time. John Emery Jr. breaks into the open field at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Walk-off on the final play from scrimmage. From bell to bell. Coach Clay Merritt wanted UTSA to show the world, show the country. It is late here on the East Coast. It is late out here in Tampa, Florida. The temperature's probably only dropped a solid 1 degree, so now we're down to 72, which is only 2 less than the amount of points that the UTSA Roadrunners were able to put up by their first starting offense. Obviously, with the last walk-away touchdown, it ends with a final score of 80-3. We're sending it back to the studio and Jimmy Pilato.
From the first play to the last play, this number 24 team played absolutely out of their mind. They wanted to make this a point. They wanted to make this a absolute statement. It took you 2 months to rank a team that dominated in top 20 SEC opponent on the road in week 1, dominated a Big Ten opponent at home in week 3. They go on the road to Colorado the following week in the biggest look-ahead spot of all time going into the start of American Conference play, nearly lose it in Fort Collins at 5,000 feet elevation, but they're able to weather the storm. They're able to go back. Owen McCown, Robert Henry Jr., Devin McEwen. This defense is something different. 80-3. 80-3. They won by 77 points. Nobody's in the Heisman race here. That is what we need to start talking about. John Emery Jr. could be in the Heisman race as the backup running back right now. He's probably got a quarter of the rushing stats that most starting running backs have. Robert Henry Jr. should be the number one Heisman favorite in the country. 6 touchdowns? 6 touchdowns? I don't know what else anybody has to do. If you are not paying attention, if you still think that this is a fluke, I just hope that you watch the American Conference Championship, because what it's shaping up to be right now between an undefeated U.S. Naval Academy and an undefeated UTSA squad, both nationally ranked. You have the discipline and the tradition of the U.S. Naval Academy versus the upstart and what's trying to be built into what the U.S. already does with their military schools. The discipline, not showboating, not letting success go to your head. These guys are ready. I think these guys are ready. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know that Frankie the Horn Calderon really appreciates it. 94.3 The Bird here and on the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Check out the podcast. Nico and I just released our newest episode yesterday. So if you are still looking for sports talk content going into the weekend, it's a huge one. The Broncos and Bengals play Monday Night Football. The fantasy matchup between Nico and I, first one of the season, is this week. So if you have not checked out episode 249 of the Far End of the Bench, please do so. If you want to go back and watch any part of this Rise of the Roadrunners series, you can find all of the videos linked down below. That is going to be at the end of this one. My name is Jimmy Pilato for Frankie the Horn Calderon, 94.3 The Bird, and the Far End of the Bench podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Rise of the Roadrunners, episode 9. We will see you guys next week.
If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.